He'll get you right. Create your life. It's a realtor's life. With Coach Mike. He'll get you right. Create your life. It's a realtor's life. With Coach Mike. He'll get you right. Create your life.
Part of BND TV's weekly lineup of shows. I'm your host, Michael G. Davis, broker and CEO of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, also a realtor and business coach. Thank you for joining us today. We have another phenomenal guest lined up for you. But before we bring them on, I want to remind you that we are streaming live to the Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm Business Facebook page and YouTube channel. So for those of you all that are tuning in live, we invite you to participate in the show by sharing your comments and questions in the live chat. Your engagement means a lot to us. Now, if you have any real estate needs, whether it's buying a house, selling your current property, or even considering a career in real estate, maybe you're thinking about exploring a new brokerage opportunity, stick around after the show for a very special message tailored just for you. Now let's get to the exciting part. I'm delighted to introduce our special guest for today. I'm bringing on the stage. He's a real estate professional and he is a lover of food. He's also a kidney transplant survivor. So you all are going to fall in love with him as I bring him onto the stage, Mr. Zach Perkins.
What's going on, man? How are you?
Zach, how you doing? Zach Attack.
I'm doing great. Doing great.
Oh, man, I love it. All right, so before we dive into the conversation, man, let me take a moment to share the motivation behind this show. With 19 years of experience in the real estate industry, man, I've noticed that real estate professionals aren't always appreciated as they should be, right? Our clients, our customers, even some of our colleagues tend to overlook the fact that we are people too, with our own passions and multifaceted personalities. So I wanted to create this platform to give real estate professionals the opportunity to showcase their diverse interests. Real estate professionals like you. And these talents beyond real estate. Along the way, we also offer a bit of coaching to help everyone succeed. So we'll see if we jump into that as well. With that being said, man, I'm sure that our audience is going to want to connect with you, man, after this interview. Where can they find you on social media?
Well, I do several things on social media. So I'm at ZP Realtors, and I'm also known as #RealtorChef. I do a lot of cooking. I cook my foods every day, so I take pictures of them, post them everywhere. People are like, I'm tired of seeing your pictures, but then once you taste the food, it's like, man, this stuff is really, really, really good. Because I've been doing it for a long time, so and I enjoy it.
I love it, man. Then they're gonna learn. They're gonna learn, Zach. They're gonna learn once they get a piece. Right?
Yeah. So the plan is, right? So the plan is in our TRLP group, I'm gonna do some cooking. I'll bring some food so everybody can taste it.
Oh man, I can't wait, brother. You do some cooking, I'm gonna do some eating.
That sounds like a plan.
Well, that's fantastic, man. I definitely want to say thank you for sharing that. It's great to know more about the wonderful work you do outside of real estate. So, man, I'm gonna start you off like I start everybody else. What hobbies or activities are you or your family a part of?
Well, like I said, I cook. Do that every day. I love working out, and I go to the gym all the time. And as you mentioned earlier, I'm a kidney transplant survivor. So being as such, right? You got to keep your body in shape. Yeah, you got to. It's a mandatory must. Once they did the surgery, they say make sure you at least get 30 minutes a day. And so I've been working out all my life, playing sports and everything else like that. So I take mine. I do like 2-3 hours a day sometimes. So I get up early in the morning, hit it. Then sometimes I do 2 a day. So
wow,
you gotta keep your body in shape though. So it pays off. It really does.
Wow, man. How about that, brother? So before we jump into all of that, one of the things that you've mentioned multiple times is the cooking. So how did you get attracted to being cooking and the love for food and things like that?
Well, I guess it all started when I was real little, watching my grandmother, watching my mom do it and stuff like that. And so I watched them do it. And then when I was 16, my mom passed, right? And so it was like, say, okay, now, so she was the main one that was cooking in home. I tried my dad's cooking. It was like, man, all we're eating is beans every day. We got to spread this out some. So I started expanding, my palate and stuff like that. And I've expanded their palate as well. And so they started eating more healthier stuff, because I was, when you're working out, running and stuff like that. It's a lot of stuff you just can't eat. You can eat it sometimes, but you can't do it every single week. You got to make sure that you just vary it up. Get you some salads, get you some greens, get you some fruit and stuff like that. So I started doing that, and then it just took on another whole different level once I got into college, and then after that, it's just like, okay, let me just keep doing it. And then once I had to do the kidney transplant, they said you have to change your diet. And so I'm like, okay, so I had to change the way I was cooking. And so now I had a dietitian that was assigned to me. And so I asked her questions every day about what, different proteins and different fats and different carbs and what do you do and how do you change stuff around. And so it helped out a whole lot.
Wow.
So
So
it
it
just
started
helped
when you
me.
were 16, huh?
Yeah.
16 years old, you started this journey?
Yeah.
How about that? All right, man. So what's your meal, bro? Like, what's your meal that, like, man, if Zach come over, he gotta cook this. This is what he gotta bring with him.
Salmon and cauliflower rice and asparagus or broccoli. That's my
Yeah,
meal right there.
yeah.
That's it. That's the
So
one.
you got a special secret recipe that you can't tell us about, huh?
I can tell you about it, but I'd rather show you and let you. Once you taste, you're gonna be like, man, what is in here? Everybody asks the same question. They ask the same question.
I love it. I love it, man. So you say you work out. You work out a lot, 3 times. So you go to the gym. Like, what is your workouts typically consist of?
Mainly cardio. I do cardio. I do some weights, as well, but mainly cardio because I used to be a bodybuilder years ago, and so my weight was 235 pounds, roughly competing at 240 and stuff like that. And so that was pretty big. That was pretty big. And so from that, I say I don't want to be that big. You had to buy larger clothes, you had to eat all the time and stuff like that. So I wanted to change up a little bit. And then once the kidneys failed, it was just a different kind of story. I couldn't carry that kind of weight anymore. And so I said, well, let me bring it down some, tone it down. So right now I'm at a solid like 188. I'm right there, and I'm maintaining that 188, 185, right in there, and I'm fine. I'm satisfied. So when I get on the scale and when they check all my numbers and everything else, they're like, man, Mr. Perkins, you're doing really good. So
Wow.
I'm fine
Wow.
right there.
Well, good, man. We're not gonna skate by the fact you used to be a professional bodybuilder. So
Yeah.
you used to, so tell us about that journey, man. Like, how did you get? Like, was this something that came from college, or I mean, you mentioned
Uh,
that you were in sports. So was
in
that just
sports,
one of the
yeah,
sports?
just in sports, and I guess that last good hit that I took out on the field, it messed up my leg a little bit, and I was like, you know what? Let me kind of change some stuff around, right? And so I already had the size, I already had the weight and everything else, and I already was in the gym all the time. So I said, let me just kind of find something else that I want to get those kind of injuries out there, right?
Right.
Because every hit out there is roughly like a car wreck. And so it's like, okay, let me transition and go into something else that I can actually do. And so I started doing that and had some success with it. Enjoyed it, had a good time with it, stuff like that. And then, things change in life. You can't maintain, that kind of hard body like that all the time, right?
Right.
Uh, but as you're working out, okay, of course, you're in the mirror all the time. You watching your carbs, watching your weight, and everything else like that. So it was just a good parlay going into, once I had to do the kidney transplant and do dialysis and stuff like that. Once I did all that stuff, it was just, when they told me I had to change my diet, it was easier for me than most people because I was already watching my diet all the time.
Right. So it's the lifestyle change, right?
Absolute lifestyle, absolutely.
Wow, wow. Okay, so we got the cooking, we got the working out. I mean, so now, are you originally from Houston?
I am originally from Houston, North Side, right over there in Cedar Woods.
Okay, okay, good, man. So what brought you into this real estate vein? Like, what was it that attracted you to real estate?
Well, actually, I got my real estate license on a dare, right? So my background is civil engineering. I did a bachelor's and a master's, and I was going to work on my doctorate, but I was like, you know what? Let me just kind of hold up and make some money first, right? So started working in the city of Houston, and so a friend of mine at the city of Houston, he was an architect. So me working as a civil engineer, architects and civil engineers work together all the time, right? So we're building projects and stuff like that. So he challenged me. He went and got his and closed a couple of houses, and I was like, okay, okay. And he challenged me to get mine. So I was like, okay, let me go get the license. So I went and got the license, and then a friend of mine was buying a house in Austin. So he bought a house in Austin, but he used me on the deal. And so I had no clue about how to make money in real estate. I had no clue at all. And so what he ended up doing, they pushed a check in front of me and they said, this is yours. And I was like, I looked at it, I was like, now wait a minute. I had no clue on what I was doing.
Yeah, yeah.
If I put my mind to this, I could really do something with this. So the next 2 months I sold 12 houses. I was like,
Wow.
that was it.
It's a wrap.
I said it's a wrap. I said, I gotta go make it. I gotta go make it happen.
Yeah, it's a wrap, right? And how long have you been in real estate now?
So far, 22 years.
22 years, man. That is amazing, brother. So what is it that you love about real estate? Like what excites you about it?
Uh, you know, I think about this every year when I renew, right? Every single year, I always say the reason why I got into real estate was to help people. Because when I bought my first house, I didn't have a real estate agent. I didn't have my license at the time, and so I bought a for sale on a house. The first hard rain we got, the house was leaking.
Oh no.
And I was like, and I saw water in light bulbs and water. I said, okay, what happened here? So I was able to fix that. And once I fixed it, I said, you know what? I'm gonna let my license be a way to help people and be able to point out those kind of things. And so they
Yeah.
want to go through what I went through, having to fix all these leaks and stuff and stuff like that. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, good. So you got into real estate. You want to, and you're able to realize that dream over these 22 years. I can imagine you've helped a lot of people get into homes.
Oh yeah, a lot of people, and to see them, I think some of the most rewarding ones are when people don't think they can do it, right?
Mhm.
And you're able to walk them through the process and grab them by the hand and say, look, let me just show you how to do it. You've been renting for 30 years. You may be the first homeowner in your family. And if we can take you and walk you down the line and just show you that you can actually do this, but you just got to believe. And so we start with prayer. I'm an ordained pastor as well. So we start with prayer and we pray with them. And then it's like, I don't know. And they're really scared. But once they get those keys, and when you see that first tear, or when that little 6-year-old comes up and grab you by the leg and say, "Thank you, Mr. Perkins," that's what you live for.
That's when it hit. That's when it hit, man.
That's when it is right there.
So do you have anything going on right now in the market that you're concerned about?
Um, Not well. Well, I know it's shifting. You can tell it's kind of slowing down a little bit. We got interest rates that are higher now. They're kind of stabilizing a little bit. I saw every Friday I get an email from this guy from the mortgage community, and they always send it to me. And they say it's dropping. It's coming down like 6.9. Week before that it was 7.5 or something like that. So now it's coming down, which is good. So the concerns are now. I have a lot of buyers who are on the fence. Like, I don't want to buy right now because I want the rate to go down. But I'm like, look, you can always refinance. So let's go and buy the house now, refinance it later. At least you're in a house.
Yeah.
Especially when you got apartments and you have people on the other side of the apartment making noises and all the stuff above you and everything else.
Yeah.
That's gonna get your house. So you don't have to worry about that. Your kids got a backyard. You got a barbecue pit. Let's go for it.
Hey, that's a good word right there, brother. That's a good
Yeah.
word. So do you have any challenges that you're dealing with right now in your business?
Currently, right now, I'm not. We had a closing today, and I actually was able to close right here in my office. So
Oh, wow.
we just, you just give them your instructions and everything else, and
Yeah.
any questions that my seller had, we were able to deal with it right here on the phone. Dealt with that, signed everything, and so we just funded. I just got the email that said we funded. So
Oh, man. Happy
yeah,
day right there, baby. Oh,
it's always
happy
good.
day. Hey,
Yes,
man.
indeed.
Congratulations,
indeed.
man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, look, man. So we're going to shift a little bit. First of all, I really appreciate your story. I appreciate you sharing and opening up a window into your world to my audience. Like typically, what we do, kind of towards the back half of the interview, is I throw out some kind of questions, a little bit rapid fire. So, man, I'm gonna throw out some stuff, man, and just hey, answer, bro. Just whatever comes off, man. Let's just answer the question. I found that this has been a really good segment. People have really appreciated and enjoyed it. So we're gonna hop in there and ask some questions, man.
Okay.
So here's my first one. What books do you give out for gifts mostly? What books do
Mostly,
you give out? Yeah,
mostly is the Bible.
the Bible.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Most,
right.
that's,
And
what- that's
why?
my
Why
favorite
is
book.
that?
Well, being an ordained pastor, there's some people that sometimes I minister to. Some churches that I go to, they don't have them. They don't have their own personal Bible. So what I'll do is I'll go and have one engraved for them, with their name on it. Give it to them, and it's something of value to them. When I give them something like that, it's because they don't have one. And I say, man, just start off in John, go from there. And so they really appreciate that when they see me the second time.
Okay. All right. Good. See, that was easy. All right. I'm gonna crank it up a little bit.
Okay.
What purchase of $100 or less has most positively impacted your life in the last 6 months, or that you in recent memory?
Let's see, in the last 6 months, let's see, $100 or some more seasoning.
Okay. All right. So
I'll be honest, right?
A particular kind of seasoning.
Well, well, actually, here's some right here, right, that I just ordered, but it wasn't $100. But the
Okay.
one that I ordered that's at home right now is a lot of them have no salt in it. The lady who created it is right here in Houston, right there in Pearland.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to check out some of her seasoning. So that was well over $100 there.
Well, it's supposed to be 100 or less.
100 less. So I did 2 trips. So the first
Okay.
trip was like 100 something. The next trip was right at 70. So there we go.
Seasoning. That brother spent $70. That's gonna be some good seasoning right there, my man.
Oh, she did a good job. She did a good job. She's right there in Pearland called Brass Cuisine. She does a great job.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, let's do this one. How has failure or an apparent failure set you up for later success? Like, do you have like a favorite failure?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, tremendously.
Let's talk about
I guess one of the favorite failures
Uh-huh.
was depending solely on just real estate, right? I
Uh-huh.
depended solely just on real estate, and the market was crashing. This is right around 2007, 2008, and I depended solely on real estate. Didn't have any other investments going on at the time. And once the market crashed, I had to go back to engineering, right? So I get an engineering job, and I stayed there for about 6 months, and I knew the market was gonna catch and shift again. And once it shifted, I went ahead and left again, But that failure taught me, make sure you have some other eggs in the basket. Don't just depend on one thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
It taught you how to handle the shifting market too, I can imagine.
Oh, for sure, because you had to navigate through that, and I had a company, I had my own company at the time, and so I had other agents that was working with me. So I had about 80 agents that was on my team, and so it was just a whole swift transition for everybody.
Yeah.
And once that happened, we had to kind of back up, backtrack, relearn, and come back a little stronger. So
Yeah. Wow. Okay, man, I love that. I love that story. I love that. All right. If you could have a gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, metaphorically speaking, getting a message out to millions of people, what would it say and why? Yeah, a billboard, millions of people. You get the word, get your message out to the world. What would it say and why?
Let's see. Goodness, that's a good question.
That's good, huh? I told
That's
you.
a good question. What would it say, and then why? Man,
What would it say?
mm, 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 mm. I guess the message would say, would ask them a question. Are you
Okay.
saved? Right?
Okay.
The state of
I
are you
love it.
saved?
I
And the
love it.
reason why, right? Because a lot
Yeah.
of people are at that point in their life, when things happen, when sickness happens, when a death happens in the family, or whatever happens, in the family, it makes you really think and reflect about your own life. And so, one of the things that I think is important is, are you saved? Are you saved? Are you saved? Do you know Him? Do you know Him for yourself?
I love it. That's a great message, man. Life-changing message, right?
Life changing, definitely, because my life totally changed once everything happened to me. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have any unusual habits? What's an unusual absurd thing that you do? A habit.
oh, man,
People be like, "That's weird, Zach doing that. How you do that?"
man, okay, well, I guess getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and going to the gym, people are like, man, that is absolutely weird. But but when I
And
go
that's
to the
every
gym,
day,
yes, that's pretty much every day. I'll take a day
even
off.
on
Right?
a Saturday and a Sunday.
Well, most Sundays I'll kind of take off. It depends on how the week was. If
Okay.
I have a real busy day sometimes,
Yeah,
I can't make it. But 4 o'clock in the morning, there's really nothing going on at 4 o'clock in the morning.
it
You
ain't
can make that.
4 o'clock a.m. baby. Hey, you getting the day going?
Oh yeah. It gets your mind started. It gets your body started, your heart pumping, and everything else like that. It's funny. I was in the store as you say that, right? I was in HEB one morning, and I just finished working out, and the client called me, and she said I could tell she was just getting up. She said, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" She said, "You sound like you've been up for a couple hours." Well, actually, I have. And she started laughing. She said, "You sound like you are just ready to go."
Yeah.
Always.
You're like, I'm up. You're like, I'm up. You the one that's holding things up. You should have been up. I love it.
Right.
Wow, 4 o'clock in the morning. Let's go, man.
Get it.
All right, here we go. In the last 5 years, what new belief, behavior, or habit has most improved your life? In the last 5 years, what new belief, behavior, or habit has most changed your life in the last 5 years?
In the last 5 years, with new belief,
Habit or behavior?
cooking every day.
Okay.
Cooking every day. That has been one of the greatest things that's changed the trajectory of my life, of what I look like, what I feel like on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when my doctor told me, I just do it. This is just now something that I do. And so I had a doctor's appointment one time, and we do telehealth now because I'm not able to go to the hospital as often as most people because I am immunosuppressed because I got to take my medications and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so we do telehealth. And so he hadn't seen me in a while because he was on vacation doing stuff, traveling, doing all this other stuff. And so he saw me on the camera, and he said, "Man," he said, "Man," he said, "you look totally different." I said, "Well, I feel totally different." And all because the nurses and the doctors and everybody else down there at Methodist, they made sure that I could feel the way that I feel right now. Because I asked him, I said, once we did the transplant, I said, am I going to be able to do the same things that I did before? And he said, you'll be able to do more than that if you want to. It all depends on what you want to do here. And I was
Wow.
like, gotcha.
And has it and was their words prophetic? Like, have you been able to do more now than you were prior to the transplant?
But it's funny you asked that, right? So the last August, this past month, he said, Zach, now since you have now changed your diet and since you work out all the time, he said, now the numbers that we started at transplant are better than they were then now.
Wow.
And I was like, he said, no, put it in perspective. Now he said, you got to put that in perspective. Most people have 2 kidneys.
Yeah.
One.
You got one.
And it's gone up.
Yeah, you giving more production than most of us. We wasting half our kidney.
Right. He said yours is going up. The way it's functioning right now is going up. He said that's absolutely amazing. He said this is the kind of patient that he said if I had more patients like you put me out of business. I said I hope so.
Yeah, put them out of business, Zach. Yes, put them out. Like, yeah, come on, man. We need healthier people out here. Right? We need healthier people out here, Zach. Come on, man. People need to get healthy. I love it. Okay. All right, man. Look, final question. So you know it's gonna be hard, bro. Like I gotta give you like a super duper hard question. I'm setting you up, right?
Okay.
You can do it. Like you can power through, Zach. Kidney transplant. 4 o'clock in the morning, bro. You got what it takes. So I know you're not gonna let us down.
All right, let's do it.
Final question. When you feel overwhelmed or unfocused, or you have lost your focus temporarily, what do?
I pray.
Good.
I get in my quiet place. I find that place right there in my room or wherever I am. If I got to pull off on the side of the road, I find that quiet place, turn off radio, turn off phone, Facebook, everything. Get into that place and say, okay, God, what now? What now? What do you want to do now? Because all we are just followers of Christ. And if we are, we gotta follow. When he says to do it, follow. Don't sit there and say, well, okay, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Follow. So when I get to that place when I'm overwhelmed, stop.
Wow.
Let him speak and let it happen. And then it'll happen.
Man, you knocked that question out the park, man. I couldn't even throw you my knuckleball, man. You still hit it over the fence.
Oh no, we ready.
Well, look, man, before we wrap up, I'd like to express my gratitude, man, to an incredible guest, you, for joining us today and sharing your valuable insights. Man, your presence here has made this episode truly special. Finally, before we say goodbye, man, do you have any parting words or advice that you'd like to share with our listeners? Maybe something we didn't mention that you would like to share?
I do. Well, we mentioned it before, definitely if you have a dream, if you have a goal, if you have a desire, whatever it is, don't let anything stop you. Don't let any obstacle, people, words, fear, anything stop you. Go for it. Just go for it. You just never know what's going to happen on the other side. The only way you're going to get to the other side is to go to the other side. Get in the boat and go.
I love it. Hey, man, that is a good word. There you have it, Mr. Zach Perkins. I told you it was going to be amazing. Man, I want to say thank you. It has been an absolute pleasure having you on the show today, brother.
Cool. Thank you, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, family, before we wrap things up, let me go ahead and give my rundown on what we have coming down the pipeline. Today at 2:30 p.m., we got our Real Estate Happy Hour live. It's a BND TV show where we go live on Facebook and YouTube with the hosts and special guests discussing trending topics. These are trending things found on Twitter or X. I guess now we got X. Current events, real estate industry related topics, along with some real estate advice to consumers and realtors. It's real estate professionals talking about randomness. The best part about this show is that the audience has the opportunity to get on the screen with us and share their thoughts. All right, and at 8 p.m., Real Estate Out the Box. Man, I am thrilled to be your host. It's an engaging show. We dive deep into the world of unconventional real estate tools and resources that could completely change the way you approach buying or selling. I will be showcasing non-traditional tools and resources for people who want to buy or sell a home that you probably don't know about. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you follow me now so you can get notifications and get those latest tools and resources. All right, tomorrow, Wednesday, 12 p.m., join us for our training on newly constructed homes. You know, what you'll learn, man, you're going to learn how and understand the construction process from A to Z. You're going to see about these benefits of working with builders, as well as we're going to talk about how to understand market trends and knowing your buyer. This was going to be hosted by one of our senior team agents, Mr. Rick Davis. He's the host of the Prime Real Estate Network. You've probably seen him on the Prime Real Estate Network, as well as he's my co-host on Monday Night Live. He's going to do a phenomenal job. Again, I want to remind everyone that you do not have to be an agent of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm to participate in any of our events. Just make sure that you go to www.brooksanddavis.com so you can reserve your spot. You can get all the information. So this is an in-person. We just booked lunch. Yay, we got lunch for this one too. So you can actually come in tomorrow, get your bite to eat, and learn from Rick, or you can see us on Zoom because it is going to be simulcast as well. So that's tomorrow at 12. Also tomorrow at 2 o'clock, we have our new agent orientation. Avoid the pain of feeling lost. Here you're going to learn more on how to get your business cards and badge, get connected to your email, tools and resources. You're going to meet the leadership team, as well as you'll be able to sign up for your coaching and your mentor program. It's something that we do every first and third Wednesday of the month. Again, we do it so we can help our agents avoid that pain of feeling lost when they come into a new brokerage like ours. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 2 o'clock. All right, Thursday, I spoke about my man, Rick. So Rick's got a busy week with us today. So at 12 p.m., we got the Prime Real Estate Network podcast on Thursday. Prime Real Estate Network podcast is a real estate talk show. It's hosted by author, serial entrepreneur, and co-founder of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, Larry W. Brooks, along with our senior professional realtor and real estate investment expert, Mr. Rick Davis, Prime Real Estate Rick. The show delivers no hype education and expert perspectives in a fast-paced, entertaining style. Check it out. There's a new episode released every week, so be sure to subscribe today. Then at 6 p.m., we have our HBREA home buying class. Well, that actually is going to be the following week, but it is our home buying class where you're going to learn the step-by-step process to purchase a home and qualify for down payment assistance with this free HUD certificate. That is going to be next Thursday. We do orientation, and then that next Saturday, which is September 16th, is when we're going to be having that class. All right, now this Saturday, we are having our hands-on mentee workshop. It's a great network and mastermind. We're going to be having ways to enhance your business. Make sure that you come, you bring your laptop, because one of our head of agent mentorship, agent development, Ms. Dion Collier, is going to be facilitating these workshops. We do them once a month. It's hands-on. It's for new agents. You don't have to be a member of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm to participate. We talk about a multitude of topics like, how to do a buyer's presentation, scripts as it relates to working with for sale by owners or working with expired listings, just like the basics, the nuts and bolts basics of doing real estate, how to put together a contract offer that wins. So we talk about she talks about a multitude of those things. So we're going to be having the next one this Saturday, September 9th, hands-on mentee workshop. Again, all you have to do is visit www.brooksanddavis.com and register. All right, coming down the pipeline, we have a pre-home buyer session. You don't have to give up on your dream of home ownership. Learn about home ownership. Learn about how credit and debt impacts the process. Hear about non-traditional methods and resources, and be ensured that you'll walk out of this session knowing exactly what your next step to get you on a path to owning a home. We're going to be having our next home buyer session September 16th. So that's going to be next Saturday. Our presenters coming in with the Houston Housing Authority. So if you have your Section 8 voucher or your Houston Choice voucher, you can purchase a home utilizing that tool. We're going to be talking about it on next Saturday. Our friends at U.S. Bank, as well as our friends with the American Caribbean Chamber of Commerce. We're all going to be coming together, partnered on delivering some great information to the attendees. All right, social proof. At Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, we don't just talk about our benefits. We let our satisfied clients and team members speak for us. Over 60 individuals have shared their transformative experiences with us, whether they were buyers, sellers, or former agents. Their stories can be found on our social proof link, featuring written and video testimonials, even some audio testimonials that highlight the positive impact of being a part of our community. So take a listen, learn why you should get connected, why you should become a part of the Brooks & Davis ecosystem. All right. And then as the CEO and, Coach Mike, I'm committed to empowering individuals to manage stress effectively. To achieve this, I've developed a class called The Secrets to Managing Stress in Real Estate, which has received rave reviews for its practical value. We understand the challenges posed by the real estate market, and these strategies and topics are designed to address and alleviate stress effectively. If you're interested in bringing this class to your brokerage, to your team, to your group, simply visit michaelgdavis.com/bookings and reserve your spot on my calendar today. In addition to that class, that's our flagship class. We do have 3 other classes as well that we can teach to your group. And lastly, I envision myself as a world changer, and I aim to surround myself with like-minded individuals. To foster this vision, I've established the World Changers community. It's a supportive network of people who recognize the value that I bring to the table as CEO Coach Mike, as well as what's out in our marketplace. This community is open to all with no associated costs. By signing up, you'll receive benefits such as a $100 discount on our World Changers table coaching sessions. These group coaching sessions are held every Tuesday evening. The coaching option is already affordable, but by joining the World Changers community and getting this additional coupon, it makes it even more accessible. Additionally, members gain access to a library with over 100 hours of training content, including non-traditional tools and resources like Real Estate Out the Box. We encourage everyone to seize this opportunity and join the World Changers community today by signing up at michaelgdavis.com/sign up. If you have a reminder, if you have a real estate need, like looking to buy a house or putting your house on the market for sale, or maybe you're interested in a career in real estate or looking for a change in a brokerage, stay on the show for a very special message just for you. That's a wrap for this episode of the Realtor Life Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and gained valuable insights from our guest today, Mr. Zach Perkins. Be sure to join us next time for more engaging discussions with amazing real estate professionals. And remember, stay tuned after the show for a special message tailored just for you. If you have any real estate needs or you're considering a career in this exciting industry. All right, that's it. It's time to take off, baby. Make it a great one.
Hey there, if you're in the midst of a real estate journey, whether you're buying, selling, getting licensed, or already licensed, this video is just for you. I've got some outstanding news to share, so stick around. Considering buying a home? We're here to help. We offer, at no cost or commitment, to schedule a showing for any property in the Houston Metroplex. When you choose our firm, we'll be with you every step of the way, guiding you through the process. Want to learn more? Visit our website or give us a call at the number shown. If you're thinking about selling your home, we've got some great services to offer, again at no cost or commitment. We can provide a free neighborhood buying and selling activity report showing you the recent market activity in your area. We also offer a free in-person property condition home evaluation, where one of our professionals will provide recommendations to help sell your home faster and for more money. When you choose our firm to sell your home, we'll ensure it reaches more active home buyers than any other realtor. To learn more about this, visit our website or give us a call at the number shown. For those of you in the process of getting your real estate license, or if you're already with a brokerage firm and thinking of making a change, We offer, at no cost or commitment, the chance to attend any Brooks and Davis real estate firm training or event. Join our firm and we'll show you how to get everything you want using your real estate license. We believe real estate professionals should have an outstanding quality of life, the freedom of having options, and the ability to pursue what makes them happy. For more information, visit our website or give us a call at the number shown. Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, your trusted partner in real estate.